Dharma Greg was sort of ahead of its time in terms of the styling of the sets and the wardrobe. A lot of that kind of design really took off in the years following Dharma Greg. Dharma Greg was mainly about
two worlds coming together.
Opposites attract.
With Dharma being this
free-spirited girl.
A work of art.
And her hippie,
fun and happy,
free spirit
parents.
Meets a guy who came from a very
wealthy,
right,
industrialist
family.
And the culture clash.
And finding joy in the discovery of the two worlds.
What do you think of our outfits?
It's a small world after all.
The look of Dharma and Greg is really based, I think, essentially on heightening the aspects of the two families, the hippie family and the conservative family.
Why snooty? Because we wear shoes?
Fine, I'll put them back on.
Other shows I've done have had more of a traditional family look, but Dharma and Greg just had this fun, loving sort of charm to it.
Well, maybe we're not huggers. Maybe we don't do things the way your family does.
Fine!
Thank you.
The Montgomerys was that sort of stuffy, traditional look of San Francisco with the silver candelabras, the grand piano.
So you take conservative one step further. There's one extra layer of moldings around the windows. There's one extra throw pillow on the sofa, all done in a very tightly controlled color scheme. And then when you go to Dharma's family, you discover a family that has a history of making things out of things.
With handcrafting tools that I handcrafted.
For the kitchen counter, there would be an old barrel with a board on the top of it to make something to work around an island.
As we saw more of the house, that just got more and more strange.
Kitchen/planetarium.
One script called for Dharma's childhood bedroom. And the only note in the script was she had built-in furniture. So I built this round room with all this weird furniture. And the other part was that she slept on a trampoline.
It's a lot easier than I thought.
I told you, once you get it bouncing, it does half the work for you.
But for Dharma and Greg's apartment, we went for an urban environment of a loft-like space. But it is a romanticized loft.
The look of Dharma and Greg was, for me, I wanted it to be fun and happy, which I think was a look that wasn't so familiar on sitcoms when Dharma and Greg started.
In order to maintain the visual style, they were newlyweds in season 1, so in season 2, perhaps they had the opportunity to get a little bigger apartment. Their life would change.
Our apartment is a portal to hell, and we should probably just do the housewarming somewhere else.
I think the use of color was really important also. We wanted a lot of unusual, fun colors. We didn't go for primary colors, but purples and golds and things like that, turquoises that were fun to play off each other.
For the sense of color, you might find something that you say, these are the colors that feel like Dharma, or this is something, this texture feels like Greg.
You know, there was bold colors. I think it made people not afraid of bringing color, you know, into their home. You know, filter it down a little bit for your own life, for your non-Dharma life, and then you have kind of a colorful home.
Well, why don't we tell them a little white lie, some reason we have to be alone?
Like we're a little gassy and there's just no sign of it letting up.
The three worlds were so much fun to explore because they were so different from each other.
Because this was like an alternative universe, this Dharma and Greg. And you'd walk in and see these amazing sets that were different in a whole different world.
That was all really fun because each week I got to go back and forth between those three sets and make it interesting and different for each character. Each one had their own look and were very defined by their clothing.
Dharma was a character who, her entire life was a work of art.
I am okay.
Everything that she did, from how she dresses, how she arranges food on a plate, and how she puts together her apartment. Costume designer Bonnie Kniper really worked hard to create an eclectic look for Dharma that didn't look like a costume, that looked authentic.
Dottie Dartland had told me that Dharma was a free spirit.
Dharma, freedom, Finkelstein, Montgomery.
And she wanted her clothing to be bright and colorful and free. That would show a zest for life.
Oh yeah? Bite me.
She didn't use wardrobe terminology to define them. She used character traits.
I was the loud, boisterous one, which sort of captured the attention a lot, just because I was sort of more colorful.
When I saw Jenna in these short shorts that she wore I thought you could even watch this show just to see what she's wearing. She looks so fabulous in that.
Dharma set a lot of trends. The whole 1950s, that look, that kind of cardigan with the skirts.
I wanted her clothes to transcend just hippiedom and be modern as well. And the 50s really was perfect for that because the 50s was very sleek and simple lines.
You bring these timeless qualities and aesthetics together and then they become trendy, you know, but then still timeless. So it's kind of a fun way that all bleeds together.
Working on Dharma and Greg was a gift. It was such a joy.
It's wonderful, fun, charming. I think every time you watch it, you just have a smile on your face. It's a real special show.
It was a great experience to be a part of it.
People love Dharma and Greg.